Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling coherently into a microphone. Why? Just because I can. And I continue with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I am still here in Onderon, exploring the capital.
We're gonna have to find... I can't believe the Republic assaulted our space forces. Forget about secession, we should declare war. General Vaklu is royalty too. I know a lot of people that wish he was king.
Welcome to what must be the smelliest place in the universe, Off-Worlder. How can I assist you?
Why are there so many beasts around?
Ithorians have been buying them to help rebuild Telos. I don't know why, but ever since they started, the Beast Riders have been crawling out of the woodworks to sell them animals. But the Republic blockade has meant long delays. Because of that, beast cages are filling up the streets of Iziz.
What's that tower?
That's an air defense tower. The city's filled with them. Iziz is an ancient city, and for many generations, our main enemy was the Beast Riders that lived outside the city. Towers like these were built to protect us against Drexel and their Beast Riders.
What's a Drexel?
A Drexel is a flying beast. Huge creatures with teeth the size of your arms. Lethal, and skin like ferrosteel plates. Somehow the Beast Riders figured out how to tame them years ago.
Can you tell me about the Beast Riders?
That's a long story. Sure you have the time? Most people don't care for an old soldier spinning a tale or two.
I have the time and I'm interested.
Someone else who likes history, huh? Alright. Iziz was formed pretty much at the dawn of our civilization. It was born out of necessity. It protected us from the dangerous beasts that litter Onderon. This city is as old as our civilization. Most of our technology was invented to fortify these walls and protect us. For ages, our worst criminals were cast out of the city to an almost certain death. It wasn't completely certain, though. Some of the criminals figured out how to survive out there. They learned how to tame the native beasts. And it wasn't long before they turned their attention to Iziz.
But the Beast Riders aren't your enemies anymore. What happened?
About 50 years ago, Princess Gallia married one of the great leaders of the Beast Riders, Orin Kira. That was right at the start of the Beast Wars. By the end of it, Gallia was crowned queen, and finally there was peace between our people.
Are you still allies?
It's hard to put aside centuries of conflict. There's an uneasiness between our people. The Beast Riders are upset that General Vaklu has forbidden Drexel in Iziz. Citizens usually only see the fallen Beast Riders. They're no better than thugs.
Can I ask you something else?
Certainly. Things are quiet right now. I have some time. What do you want to talk about?
There are a lot of soldiers around.
These are troubled times. You've probably heard that General Vaklu and Queen Talia are having some disagreements.
Can you tell me of those troubles?
I've been warned from command to keep my opinions to myself on that. So I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Ask around, though. There are plenty of people who'd like nothing more than to talk about it.
How did you get in trouble?
Times are too complex for a simple soldier like myself. Sometimes I made the mistake of answering questions honestly. If you say anything bad about a superior officer, they call that disrespecting the rank. Do that too many times and it's not long before you're a civilian.
Who else can I talk to about what's happening in Iziz?
The politics of the day is probably the most talked about subject in the city, and everyone wants to share their particular view of what's going on. Opinions are like Gizka around here. They breed like mad.
Alright, I'll be going.
Stay out of trouble.
I think Vaklu's using Republic spies as an excuse to intimidate anybody that would oppose him.
I heard the Paragus mining facility was completely destroyed. What are we gonna do for fuel?
Please tell me you're an off-worlder. You came from the spaceport, right?
Yes, I am.
But this is good news. You have a starport visa, right? I can only sell my best weapons if you have that. These soldiers ensure that I don't forget these formalities.
Watch it, Keg. The captain already has enough complaints about you.
No need to be alarmed, my foreign friend. Pay the soldier no heed. Pretend he isn't here.
Why can you only sell to people who have the starport visa?
General Vaklu is concerned about well-armed insurgents. They've had to get arms from somewhere. Not from me, of course, but all sales of weapons have been severely restricted. I can only sell to off-worlders like you that have the proper clearance. And now off-worlders can't come here because of the blockade and searches, but it's a wise policy.
So you're happy about this then?
Of course, soldiers are only doing their job. Even if it puts me out of business, I am happy. Even if I'm forced to live off scraps in the street, I am so happy to do my part. Long live General Vaklu!
Alright, I get your point. What can you tell me about Iziz?
Oh, everything is great here. We're all very happy. So, very happy.
What do you sell?
Large variety of weapons. My stock is very good. You might want to buy some before the General decides he needs more blasters. Then weapon merchants like myself have the honor of providing them to him at a substantial discount, even below what it costs us. We do it happily, or else.
Or else what, Gag?
Or else we are very unhappy at not being able to do our part.
Yeah, let me see your stock. This is actually pretty cool. It's a high defense bonus and a high dexterity bonus. I'll buy this. For Athon, maybe? Okay. Oh. No, I don't want the... General Vaklu cut himself off from many plans of the Republic. This is foolish. In solitude, no civilization prospers. You don't understand the people of Onderon. They are proud and have fought many adversities to get where they are, mostly by themselves, too. They have given much to the Republic and seen little in return. General Vaklu believes independence would be Iziz's best interest. But Republic fights battles to free Onderon from Mandalorian warriors. Should be thankful. Queen Talia is young but looks after her people. She should be honored. The Mandalorians would have never beyond that moon if it weren't for Exile Kun. He was a fallen Jedi. I think General Vaklu is right. I don't know much about General Vaklu. Vaklu lies, he twists words and tries to take the hearts of the people away from their rightful queen. He's a shooter, he's a war hero, a leader of the resistance during the Mandalorian Wars, a man of vision, of experience. He would start a war to oust our good queen. The suffering he would bring is wrong. What do you think of Queen Talia? Talia works for the Republic, she rules peaceably and is popular with her people. Her intentions are good, I admit, but those close to power see the mistakes that she makes. Nobles, high-ranking military, they all support General Vaklu. She doesn't have the experience of governing, which Iziz needs in these times. Who do you trust more? Human asks good questions. I don't trust Vaklu. He lies to his people. He has been caught in them before. Talia is honorable. That question is unfair. Sometimes leaders know things the rest of us can't know. I may not trust everything he says, or his people say, but he is a man of honor. He never breaks a promise. But if you can't trust your leader's words, how can you trust their motives? Human sentient, what do you think? I also confess, I am curious as to what you think. Well, to be honest, I don't have that much of an opinion on that. And because it's not my place to even have opinions on that. I'm not from here. I'm not getting into this. I have pushed away the human sentiment. Apologies to you. Let us discuss this further in the Cantina. Thank you for the conversation, human. Western Square.
The Republic has spies and operatives that are causing havoc in our city. If they keep it up, it will lead to war. I'm just gonna try and stay out of all the politics and do my job.
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Move along.
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Stay clear of here, off-worlder.
What is the sky ramp?
The sky ramp leads to the battlements, and this particular ramp leads straight to the palace itself. No civilians are allowed past this point.
Who are you?
I am Captain Bastuco. I have served loyally in the Onderon military for 20 years.
20 years would mean you were here during the Mandalorian Wars, right?
I was a soldier when the Mandalorians took our world, and I fought in the Resistance. When we drove them from Onderon, I served on the Wall for 10 years after.
You mean after the Jedi drove the Mandalorians from Onderon? The Mandalorians never gave ground to any Onderon soldier.
Such a view could be considered treason. Onderon was responsible for much of the fighting during the last days of the war. Without General Vaklu, the Republic would have fallen.
What do you think of General Vaklu?
General Vaklu is my superior officer, and I respect the chain of command. He kept the Resistance alive when the Mandalorians were destroying our world.
What can you tell me about the Wall?
The Wall is the barrier between Iziz and the Onderon wilderness. For hundreds of years, we kept the city free of beasts and beast rider scum. The greatest honor for an officer is to serve on the Wall. Many aspire to the post, but few are worthy of it.
Why aren't you on the Wall anymore?
I was requested to guard the sky ramp in the merchant quarter.
You don't seem too pleased about your post.
My personal feelings on the matter are irrelevant. I received an order, and I carried it out.
Oh. I assume you're going to attack me, right? That's what you usually do.
Unnecessary observation. You are eliminating many of us Jedi, but such actions only delay the inevitable. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation. And bring about the termination of hostilities.
I hear you.
Failing, Master.
Yes.
they talked about a cantina. Is it this way?
There must come a time when the Queen bows to the will of the people. The Republic has brought nothing but war and death. In our 50 years of flying their colors, we have had more war than the past millennia.
Back General Baklu in his effort to make her see reason. We do not need the Republic. They need our resources, our world, and our blood. For all that we have given, now we get nothing. The Republic is weak and falling apart. Its Jedi, whose fallen brethren have brought such misery to us, have disbanded. Let's be the first world to take our future into our hands. Are you with me?
Well, not my concern. This isn't my home planet.
Leave here, Off-Worlder. My words are meant for the sons and daughters of Onderon. Your type continues to plunder our world, and we have nothing to show for it. Be gone!
That's enough, Ponlar. If you keep this up, you're going to spend time in detention. You're coming awfully close to treason.
You can't silence me forever, soldier. But I'll keep my peace. For now.
I can't believe that the Republic assaulted our space forces. Forget
General Baklu is royalty too. I know a lot of people that wish he was king.
These are dangerous times. People like Ponlar aren't making it any easier.
I think Baklu is using Republic spies as an excuse to intimidate anybody that would oppose him.
If I speak more right now, the soldiers will arrest me. Perhaps later.
I'm quite busy right now. Perhaps later we could talk.
Okay, so let's go this way, because it seems to be the only way I even can go. You don't get too many shuttles coming to Iziz anymore, especially shuttles without passengers. A good friend works at the starport and noticed this. Raise some questions I have answered. So your reign enemies, last of the dying breed they say, too difficult to fight alone, so meet some of my new employees. The bounty on their head will make me and my men extremely wealthy. This is my lucky day. Actually, this is your unlucky day. Because I am going to do this. Oh man, it is super satisfying. I have to admit. A bounty hunter's starport visa. Oh, so that is probably non-personal, I would assume. But before I backtrack to share that visa with someone, I will explore more of this district.
A lot of credits to be made around here lately, if you have the right skills.
Some of those alien thugs had a go at you, right? I don't want to cross you. Go back to your ship, Off-Worlder. We don't need your kind in Iziz.
Beasts are acting up again.
There's blood on the corner. This pile of trash. Looks like some of it comes from the local cantina. Yeah, there's also a puddle of blood.
Have any work that needs to be done?
You a writer? Last thing we need is more competition.
This is our part of the merchant quarter. Watch your step.
I am 1B8D, an automated droid vendor. I have in stock a variety of quality droid components, no refunds, and no haggling. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Oh, I can hack it to sell me stuff for cheaper, but I'm not going to do that because that's pretty low. What do you sell?
1B8D sells droid components and droids. Currently there are 0 droids in stock, and a moderate selection of components. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Can you answer questions?
Certainly. 1B-AD is programmed to answer many basic questions from prospective buyers. What do you want to know?
Who do you work for?
That information is restricted. Do you have any interest in my goods?
What can you tell me about Iziz?
Iziz is the only city on the planet Onderon. All other information on this subject has been restricted.
Do you know how could I get to the palace?
Sorry, my memory banks have no information on that subject. Please restate your question or ask another.
Okay. Can you tell me anything about the palace?
Sorry, my memory banks have no information on that subject. Please restate your question or ask another.
I get the idea.
Certainly.
So, what do you sell?
I am 1B-AD, an automated droid vendor.
HK chassis, which I do not need. Okay, so literally just droid components, which I'm not interested in. I have a bunch of them myself.
Heard of any good finds?
This is Dagon Gent's place. He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's here right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here.
Where is he?
A soldier captain was murdered at the Cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
Mandalore, could Dagon have done this?
He's certainly capable of it, and probably stupid enough to get caught. But we need him, suspicion of murder or not.
What tower?
It's the turret tower on the other side of the market. Captain Riken is the man to talk to.
Thanks for the information.
If you talk to him, tell him I got his 20 credits.
It's not much, but enough to live on.
Hard to keep the beasts in line nowadays.
There's something I can help you with?
If you come inside, you make no problems. Many problems recently. You make sure that there are no more. Please hire me, so go in and drink, but not fight or kill. Alright, I didn't have any intention of doing anything like that, so shouldn't be a problem. Are you a starship captain or a passenger? Perhaps I could take a moment of your time. What do you want? Why do you ask? I am Gormo, the captain of the Twagar. I have been stuck on Iziz for over a week because some flaming scoundrel stole my starport visa. I don't suppose you have an extra? There seem to be a lot of people that need one. You speak the truth. I don't have a fortune. I'm a captain struggling to make ends meet, but I will pay you 500 if you find one. Help out another captain. Do you know what's going on around here? I don't know for certain. The military has limited all travel throughout the city. Checkpoints are everywhere and rumors of war. This is no place for me. Well, apparently I only have mine, so the other must be personal as well. I only have mine and I'm using it. Without a skilled slicer, your starport visa wouldn't be of help anyway. The visa is key to you alone. I need an open one, just like everyone else here. If you happen to find one, I will pay for it. Have you tried explaining your situation to the soldiers? The slicer? A very good slicer could strip the identification code and make it an open one. There is no doubt. That is no doubt what happened with my starport visa. A word of wisdom from me to you. Guard your visa with your life. You don't want to be reduced to this. Have you tried explaining your situation to the soldiers? No starboard visa, no exit, they said. Even if my crew came out and vouched for me, mindless bureaucrats. I tell you, once I get off this rock, I'm never coming back. Okay, do you know anything about the murder? I still haven't had any luck finding a visa. I don't suppose you have an extra? Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder? I'm in enough trouble as it is. I'm glad I wasn't here for that night. I'm sorry if that doesn't help you. Perhaps we can talk later and of other things. Do you like my leku? I don't even know what that is, so to be honest, don't have an opinion. Patron ignores you. I wish I could leave this blind.
Nice to meet you, Sentient. Are you interested in a friendly game of Pizak? The deck is warm, the drink is plentiful, and the company amiable. Can I tempt you?
Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder?
Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about?
Do you know Dagon Gent?
Know him. He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion.
Well, apparently I can't ask you if you think he's done it. I probably need to get like an official leave to conduct this investigation, and then I'll have to come and ask them again.
I'd much rather talk about something else. Focusing on the negative is no way for a gambler to live.
But we can play
We haven't played before, so you should know I don't pull any punches. Every game, I play to win. You prove your mettle, and I might throw in a bonus one of these rounds. But enough of my cautionary advice. Let's play. Some worthy competition for a worthy pastime. I'm curious if you can do that again. Do you want another match? You want another game? You've got another game.
The deck is not speaking my language tonight, though you were a pleasure to play against. I promised you some Pazat cards, and I always keep my word. Here you go.
Oh, got a Swoop Races. Swooper, Swoop Zoom Zoom, much fun go. I do like swoop bikes if that's what you mean. Swooper's great, Vix watches every swoop race. That's great, I'm going to stand over here now. Share a drink to General Vaca with me. My name is Jonah Farr. I'm Reina Namis. Do you not support the struggle? The struggle? Yes, the struggle to free ourselves from the warmongering Republic. Well, the Republic doesn't seem particularly warmongering, seeing that, as far as I understand, all of the recent wars that the Republic has been involved with have been defensive wars. It is curious to say, then it is curious that they are so good at getting in them. That is not why we joined the Republic. We joined the Republic willingly, but since that time we have suffered many wars and privations. We, above all, wish a sustained peace. Well, the entire galaxy was at war. Why would you think your planet would be spared? The Sith left us alone when we were not part of the Republic. If the Sith conquered the Republic, what hope would there be for one planet such as yours? The prime of our generation have fought in 2 wars already. This isn't what I would call safe. Come back when you have a more enlightened view of the galaxy. Join me in the struggle. We will convince Quintalia yet. General Vacle will triumph. Can you tell me about the track? Track is difficult, but not to the degree of Nar Shaddah's track. Here at least we race in the same direction as everyone else. The track basically runs through caves and ruins. The difficult part comes from that you cannot see where you're going. What do you mean? Most troop tracks are flat, so visibility is never a problem. Here on Iziz, the track changes its elevation. What do you think of the other races? I don't think of them. Panor is a thug, and Mestar races only for the credits. Neither deserve to win, and fortunately they don't. What are you looking at, Swootkin? Are you a swoop racer? I don't do auto prints, go away. I just want some information. Do I look like an information terminal to you? Just a few questions. Look, I don't write reporters and I'm not here for fame or glory. You want a story? I'll tell you my story. Credits. Racing on Onderon is dicey at best, but it pays well. Why are racers paid so well? Because the fans pay well. Most credits for management equals more credits for us. I'll be going. I have nothing to say to you. Ah, come to watch the races. I'm called Kimtig, and this is my fine establishment. If there's anything I can do to make your visit more pleasurable, do not hesitate to call on me. How's business? With the Civil War looming so close, people are always looking for a distraction from their day-to-day lives. I provide this for them in the form of the swoop races. Tell me about the Cantina. You want the war to come? Certainly not. If the world where war holds itself in a pleasant looming pattern, that would be ideal. If things continue that way, the projections of my accountant droids are quite intoxicating. But if a war happened, then wouldn't you be shut down? Perhaps. Or perhaps soldiers will come here. It does not matter who the patron is. as long as they buy drinks. War could rear its head at any time, but until then, there is entertainment to be had for a price, of course. Tell me about the Cantina. The Cantina flourishes like a functioning outpost deep in the outer rim. Business is good, and the race is exciting. Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder? That is a foul bit of business there. I wish I was not here when it happened. I talked to the soldier is in charge of this investigation. 4 of our regulars talked with them. We should talk with them. I doubt anybody else here would know anything more about that distasteful subject. I want to race. You can rent a swoop bike to race on my track. A full field of competitors is good for everyone. 100 credits must be paid per an official run on the track, payable at the beginning of the race. No, I don't want to race yet, because I thought I talked to this guy to enlist, but apparently he's just some other guy, or a bartender. I am Bahima, first-class bartender of this magnificent cafe. You've got several rough characters in here. Some of my patrons I would never call friends, but as long as they pay and don't start trouble, they are welcome. Besides, they can make persuasive points. Any idea where I could find an extra starport visa? A popular question during this month cycle. I will tell you what I tell everyone. Open starport visas, only the very rich and very powerful or very connected can get them, and none of them will give them up lightly. Be thankful you have a visa of your own. Many here are not so fortunate. What do you know about Iziz? The ancient city you have been is the only center of civilization on Onderon. They withstood many beasts and hardships. They are quite wary of aliens or off-worlders, especially now. How has it changed recently? I've been here for many years. This Cantina was one of the first built by the off-worlders. Off-worlders have brought with them many wars, and many wish to return to simpler times. Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder? The incident has brought me much distress, an unhappy thing this is. Bad for the flow of commerce. What interests you about this? An acquaintance of mine, Dragon Gent, is being questioned by the military. I'd like to get him free. Yes, I would. I prize my local customers and he's most regular. Let me structure my memories and recall the night. Ask your questions. Do you know Dragon Gent? I know him very well. Many sentients look toward bartender for advice. In my world, they also are sometimes sought for spiritual advice. That is a trust I try to honor. It is a bartender's duty to answer questions, and the client's duty to spend credits on needed refreshment. I trust both of us will do what is right. I have an extra starport visa, but it isn't open. Know anyone who can do something about it? I would of course know nothing. Only an expert slicer could comment on such intricacies, but by favorable coincidence I know that such a slicer. He's a patron here, his name is Kip. I have said enough for now. Okay, so I'm going to race. I want to race. 100 credits must be paid for an official run on the track. People at the beginning of the race. Payable at the beginning, not the back. What do I get if I win? We use galactic 3-round system. Each round pays different, of course. First round 500 credits, next round 2000, last round 5000. What's the competition like here? The field is narrower than it used to be. Some of the professionals have left Iziz. The politics made them nervous. Our best is John Rafar, the local. She is a superb racer and controversial. A very profitable competition. How is he so controversial? She's very politically inclined. She says she races for General Vaklu. But both factions bring their thirst and many credits for betting. Alright. I want to race. I am excited to see how you will perform. The entry is 100 credits and there are no exceptions. Let me call up the standings now. You must beat 55, which is Panner's time. If you manage to beat it, you can compete against the professionals. Yeah, I hope the bike doesn't bug itself. I specifically waited because I wasn't sure. You won. Here are credits as promised. I have an unusual situation. Panner has requested a grudge match to see who is the victor of the first round. I will still offer 500 for this match. If you win, you will be the undisputed first round champion. Alright. With the money I have made you, I'm not going to pay, I want the cut of the profits. You're a shrewd one. I will give you an extra 500 if you win. That is more than fair. His time is 51:64. The grudge match has drawn more attention than typical. The Beast Riders are very riled. I could understand if you don't want to post your best time. Attention patrons, now the Off-Worlder will race against Panar's new time. You have won. Another victory. Panner is fuming. I would avoid him if I were you. Here are your credits as promised. Now, the next race you are in the second round. You're now ready for the second round. You will face the formidable M-Star. His time is 47. My honored patron, two Off-Worlders are now locked in a contest of speed. The new Off-Worlder competes against M-Star. You're a wonder human. Mzar is a professional racer and your time is better. You have won 2000 credits, you can face the champion, John Rafar, if you're willing. Many will come to see this match. You now face the champion. She just got off the track and beat even her old record. Her time is 43. John Rafar faces competition this day. The Off-Worlder is seeking to take the crown. Everyone to the swoop track. this is the way of things. Swoop Racing is demanding. You have done well, but the competition is fierce. You have won. John Rafar's time is no more. For a rookie to do so well is incredible. Your reflexes must be almost Jedi-like. Here are your credits, Swoop Champion. You're always welcome here.
I thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right?
You look familiar too.
I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle.
That's ancient history.
Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars started by fallen Jedi. Do you still serve the Republic?
Not directly anymore, but I try to lend a hand when I'm able to.
That's the first good news I've had in months. I was sent by the Republic Senate to investigate certain delicate matters that are happening on Onderon. It's worse than we feared. I have to get to Coruscant to deliver my report. But days before I was planning to leave, they started requiring starport visas.
Why is it so important if one world secedes from the Republic?
After the Jedi Civil War, the Republic was weak, and the cost of the Jedi Order was staggering. This entire region is unstable, and the entire Republic government could collapse. If Onderon secedes, other worlds may follow, and that can't be allowed to happen.
Why not?
Trade between our worlds has brought economic prosperity, and people just take it for granted. All worlds are now interconnected. The Senate also smooths over differences, and is a great instrument for peace. If the Republic falls apart, 1,000 little wars born out of petty rivalries will erupt over time. Eventually, the entire galaxy could be thrown into a dark age.
What was your mission?
I really can't say. The most I will say is stay clear of General Vaklu. His ambition knows no bounds. I believe the people of Iziz are absolutely correct. The civil war is brewing, and Vaklu may very well win if I can't get to Coruscant in time.
You might want to travel to Telos as well. There is a Republic representative there.
Thank you for the tip. The journey to Coruscant would be more costly and attract more attention. But there are many freighters bound for Telos.
Couldn't you get a visa?
My mission requires the most extreme caution and delicacy. I don't want to risk going through channels to get a visa. General Vaklu is not above arranging an accident for me. I'm taking a great risk talking to you. but I'm running out of options.
I'd like to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder.
What do you want to know about that night?
An acquaintance of mine is being held. I'm trying to get him free.
Dagon Gent didn't do it.
How can you be so sure?
Because he was with me at the time.
Why don't you tell that to the authorities?
It's quite simple. Right now, he's accused of murder. If he's convicted, the sentence is death. If he's accused of espionage, let's say assisting a Republic spy, then the penalty for that is death. I'm afraid the Onderonians are quite fond of their death penalty. So if I stood up for him, he'd be trading one death sentence for another. I was with Dagon in his office at the time of the murder. He definitely wasn't involved with her murder.
I don't suppose anyone else saw you?
We were taking great pains not to be seen, which has a certain irony to it, really. If you can free him, please do. He's been invaluable with his help to the Republic. I only wish there was something I could do to help him.
Assuming we get Dagon free, we're going to have a few private words about this. Together we fought against the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars. I don't particularly like the idea that he's working for them now.
I'll be going now.
There's got to be something you need, something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons that you won't be able to find elsewhere. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal, something you'd never find elsewhere. If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me one open starport visa.
What do you need the visa for?
Don't worry what I'll do with a visa. Maybe I'll just take a vacation. Maybe I just want to visit my mother on Nar Shaddaa. Decent citizens like you really don't want to know what I'm going to do with it.
You mentioned something about a lightsaber crystal.
Many Jedi have fought on this world. One of them lost their lightsaber in the Beast Wars. A reliable source says it's a rare Quick-Zony crystal. Incredibly rare and valuable.
Quick-Zony crystals are from an earlier age. Some of the first Jedi found them on a planet whose sun was dying. At the time, they were matchless in power. The star went nova millennia ago. They are as rare and as valuable as she suggests.
I see that's grabbed your interest, eh? There's only one way you're going to get it. One open starport visa. No visa, no crystal.
How do I know you'll live up to your end of the bargain?
Because we'll trade them simultaneously. And if you aren't satisfied with your payment, I'll let you switch it for something else. I don't want to cross a Jedi.
I wanted to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder.
I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that night.
That Dagon is in now. The soldiers were asking me some entertaining questions that night. I've got no idea what was going on. What were they questioning you about?
Let's just say I'm one of their usual suspects. Sort of comes with the territory. That's all I'm going to say.
A lot of people want that visa from me. And I only have one.
What do you want?
Do you know anything about Captain Sulio's murder?
Not really, I just started here. I have to get back to work.
I heard you held your own against Nico. Not an easy thing. You can't be the one that fought all those bounty hunters. Only some sort of crazed Wookiee could pull that off. Go back to your ship, off-worlder. We don't need your kind in Iziz. This is our part of the merchant quarter. Watch your step.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
You're a swoop racer, aren't you?
I suggest you leave the room, off-worlder. I've got all the fans I need right here, so go space yourself. This room is reserved, off-worlder.
I'd like to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder.
If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance.
Do you know Dagon Gent?
I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Bekel's turf.
Who's Bekel?
She's a beast rider like me and I'm leaving. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else.
Okay, that guy can hack the visa. You're an off-worlder, right? My name is Kip. Nice to see a friendly face. Iziz has been a hostile place for our kind lately. What do you know of the city? Perilous times they are facing. They've lived here for several years and may be leaving soon. Do not worry, I do not need a starport visa. There are enough people begging for those. What do you think of the General and the Queen? I think General Vaklu is too short-sighted. Many wars have come to Iziz since they joined the Republic, but so has a great deal of growth and revenue. The whole universe is interconnected, and once you taste the marvels it brings, how can you wall yourself off? But they are a curious people. I wanted to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder. I had the misfortune of being here that night. What do you want to know? Do you know Dagon Gent? I recognize him, but that's about it. He doesn't have the qualities I look for in a friendship. A friend of a friend said you're the guy I should talk about adjusting starport visas. So you have a personalized one that needs to be made an open one. It's a tricky process, but after many failures I have mastered it. It will cost you 500 credits. How will I know that the visa will work? If I sold the defective ones, my livelihood and possibly my life would be in jeopardy. An open visa, and any open starport visa I make will sustain scrutiny. Okay, he's first 500 credits. And let me take the visa, it will take a little while. Here's your starport visa. Quite a pleasure doing business with you. Okay, can I convert the other one? No. So I only have one. Now, I was thinking about giving it to the Republic guy, because his quest is like the most politically important. But then I realized I don't really have that great of a stake in this, because, as I said, I'm not from here, and in principle, I don't really care if they leave the Republic. I think they should be allowed to, if they actually want that, you know, the people of the planet. So I think I'm going to give it to that mother with the children that wants to get out. But I'm going to do it next time, because this episode has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!